If you're keeping an eye on the housing market in central Indiana, whether you're buying, selling, or just curious, you've probably felt things starting to shift. As of March 2026, the market is sending out some really mixed signals. So today, we're going to make sense of it all. Let's dive in.
Everything we really need to understand what's happening is right here, in this one visual. This pyramid, it tells a story of these two powerful, conflicting forces at play. And we're going to climb it together, layer by layer, to see exactly how the whole picture comes together.
So, at its very core, the market's being pulled in two completely opposite directions. Let's break down the two huge opposing trends that are basically defining everything right now.
So what's the first big shift? Well, it's something that anyone who's been involved in a home sale recently has definitely felt, no matter what part of town they're in.
The answer is pace. Across the board, things have slowed way down. That frantic, gotta buy it right now energy from the past couple of years, it's cooled off. Homes just aren't flying off the market like they used to.
And the scale of this slowdown is, well, it's staggering. In some of the most dramatic cases, we've seen a 140% increase in how long a home sits on the market. Just think about that. A house that might have sold in 10 days last year could now take 24 days. That's a massive change in momentum.
Okay, so you'd think, right, if homes are selling more slowly, there must be fewer homes for sale. Well, that's where things get interesting, because that brings us to the second and totally contradictory trend.
That's right. Even as the pace of sales is hitting the brakes, the number of homes actually for sale, the active inventory, is surging. For buyers, this is huge news. It means you suddenly have way more options than you did just a year ago.
And listen, this isn't just happening in one or two hotspots. We're seeing inventory go up in every single county. Hancock County is leading the charge with a nearly 40% jump. So you've got to keep these two conflicting ideas in your head. A slower market, but with a lot more houses to choose from.
Now let's start our climb at the very bottom of that pyramid, Marion County. This is the foundation, the base that really supports the entire central Indiana market.
Marion County is all about one thing: volume. As you can see, it's got the largest inventory by far, almost 2,000 homes for sale, and it moves the most units, period. But the most important number here is that median price of $250,000. It is hands down the most affordable entry point into the whole region.
So the best way to think about it is that Marion County is the engine of the market. It's the most accessible on-ramp for buyers, and it drives the most transactions in the whole area. It is the high-volume anchor.
Okay, let's move up to the next level of the pyramid. As we head out into the suburban counties, the first thing you're going to notice is a pretty significant jump in price. Our first step up is Johnson County. Here, the median sales price jumps to $310,000. That is a $60,000 leap from what we just saw in Marion County. And the climb doesn't stop there. The next rung on our ladder is Hendricks County, where that median price shoots up again to over $373,000. But what's really fascinating here isn't just the price tag.
This is where it gets really interesting, because it shows that not all suburbs are playing by the same rules. Just look at the difference in pace. A home in Johnson County sits on the market for 24 days, but in the pricier Hendricks County, it's gone in just 13. That's almost twice as fast.
And that brings us to the very top, the peak of our pyramid. This is the view from the highest value market in all of central Indiana. We're talking about Hamilton County.
The numbers here tell a really clear story, don't they? This is a premium market. The median price hits a whopping $475,000. And get this, prices are still going up year over year. But the most stunning number on this slide, the pace. Despite the cost, homes here sell in just 8 days on average, faster than anywhere else. So what this tells us is that the very top of the market isn't just the most expensive, it's also the most efficient. Demand is so strong that even with those premium price tags, properties in Hamilton County are moving quicker than anywhere else in the region.
Okay, we've climbed the pyramid, from its high-volume base all the way to its high-value peak. Now let's zoom back out and figure out what all of this really means for you.
So after climbing our pyramid, looking at all this data, what are the big takeaways? What is the new reality of the central Indiana housing market?
Well, it really boils down to three key things. First, the pace has cooled off. For sellers, that means you need to be patient. That 140% increase in market time is no joke. Second, choice has expanded. For buyers, you have more options now than you have in years, with inventory up almost 40% in some spots. And third, value is diverse. This is not a one-size-fits-all market.
The rules for a $250,000 home in Marion County are totally different from a fast-moving $475,000 home in Hamilton.
Which leaves us with one last, really crucial question. In a market that's moving slower but offering way more choice, who has the advantage? Who holds the power? Is it a buyer's market, a seller's market, or are we in something new entirely? That's the complex reality of central Indiana real estate today.